When you finally stop explaining yourself, when you finally stop defending yourself, when your voice goes quiet, that's the moment the whole world shifts. Not because you broke, but because you stopped breaking for people who never deserved a single piece of you. Silence is not weakness. Silence is not surrender. Silence is the first warning, and the smartest people, the ones who've done you wrong, they always feel it before anyone else. They feel that cold distance, that emotional cutoff, that slow pullback of your energy. They feel it like a storm coming, and suddenly they start checking themselves. Suddenly they wonder why you're not reacting, why you're not shouting, why you're not explaining, why you're not chasing. They don't realize your silence is the reaction. And when a person who's been hurt goes quiet, that silence hits different. It hits with history. It hits with pain. It hits with calculation. It hits with every version of you they pushed to the edge. And that's why they fear it. Because they know the quiet ones think deeper, move smarter, and strike harder. And the moment you stop talking is the moment they realize you're not coming back the same. Because silence is the space where the transformation happens. It's where you rebuild. It's where you upgrade. It's where you level up in ways nobody saw coming. While they think you're just taking a break, you're actually designing the version of you they can't manipulate, can't underestimate, and can't stand against anymore. Silent revenge is not about hurting them. It is about outgrowing them so violently that their memory collapses under the weight of who you've become. You don't need to scream. You don't need to prove anything. You don't need validation. You just rise quietly, calmly. And it's that calm that terrifies people the most. They expected you to fall apart. But your silence was the blueprint of your comeback. Because when you go quiet, you start hearing things clearly. You start seeing people clearly. You start understanding what was always holding you back. And you start cutting those chains one by one. That's why silence is power. Because while they're watching the surface, they have no idea what storms you're building beneath it. You're not moving the same. You're not thinking the same. You're not feeling the same. You move like a shadow now. You think like a strategist. You feel like someone who survived fire and learned to walk with the burn instead of hiding it. Revenge doesn't always come with noise. Sometimes it comes with your absence. Sometimes it comes with your growth. Sometimes it comes with the simple fact that you stopped giving them access to you. That's when they panic. When they can't reach you anymore. When they can't trigger you anymore. When they can't predict you anymore. And suddenly, they're afraid of the quiet person they once dismissed. Because you're not soft anymore. You're not naive anymore. You're not available anymore. You became something else. Something sharper. Something more focused. Something they can't touch. Silent revenge is when you let your success answer every insult they ever threw at you. When your discipline destroys every doubt. When your new life crushes every old expectation. When your next level becomes the thing they can no longer ignore. And trust me, that hits harder than any scream ever could. Because while you stayed quiet, you weren't doing nothing. You were building a weapon out of yourself. You turned your pain into precision, your heartbreak into hunger, your loneliness into laser focus, your disappointment into drive. People don't understand how dangerous a quiet person becomes once they find direction, once they find purpose. Once they start protecting their energy like it's sacred, you learned who deserved your voice and who never deserved it in the first place. And the more you pulled away, the louder your absence became. The quieter you got, the clearer your future became. Your silence stopped being a reaction. It became a strategy. And that strategy is why you're rising now. Slow, steady, unstoppable, silent. Revenge isn't about hoping they regret what they did. It's about becoming someone they could never reach again, even if they tried. It's about outgrowing the version of you they thought they could walk over. It's about becoming the person they never believed you could be. And you're doing exactly that, quietly. They don't fear your voice. They fear your discipline. They fear your distance. They fear your detachment. They fear how cold you became after they burned you. They fear how focused you became after they doubted you. They fear how powerful you became after they broke you. Because when you go quiet, you start choosing yourself. You start choosing peace over proving. You start choosing growth over grudges. You start choosing the future over the past. But here's the part they never saw coming. Silence sharpens you. It turns you into a weapon forged in isolation. A storm that doesn't need thunder to destroy what stands in the way. And while they're out there talking about you, assuming about you, underestimating you, you just keep working. You just keep improving. You just keep evolving. There's nothing louder than the success of someone everybody thought would stay broken. And there's nothing scarier to your enemies than realizing they have no idea who you've become. Because the old you died in that silence, and the new you was born without their permission. You don't owe explanations anymore. You don't owe reactions anymore. You don't owe space, time, or energy to anyone who treated you like you were disposable. Your silence is not revenge. Your growth is, your strength is, your glow-up is, your transformation is. The person they remember no longer exists. The version they hurt is gone. The version they doubted walked away. The version they use will never return. Now you move with intention. Now you move with purpose. Now you move with that quiet confidence that says, I don't need to hurt you. My success already did. Silent revenge is understanding you don't need to fight them, because life will show them everything they failed to see in you. And as you rise, you'll notice something. They'll start watching you again, not because they care, but because they fear being remembered as the ones who underestimated someone who became untouchable. Your silence hits them like a mirror. And in that mirror, they finally see the truth. You weren't dangerous when you shouted. You became dangerous when you stopped. Because quiet people carry storms. Quiet people carry plans. Quiet people carry scars that turned into armor. Quiet people carry a level of discipline that noise could never build. And you're becoming that storm. You're becoming that shadow. You're becoming that silent force that moves different, thinks different, and rises different. Your breakthrough is coming, quietly. Your revenge is unfolding, quietly. Your next level is loading, quietly. And when it's complete, when the world finally sees the version of you that was forged in silence, they'll understand why they should have never underestimated the quiet one. Because silence doesn't hide your power. It prepares it.